Welcome, pen pals. This is Tom with Goldspot Pens here again with our top 5 list of pens for September 2019. And as you may have noticed, we're not doing it in the usual format. Kris is on vacation currently, and we're hard at work on the latest issue of the Goldspot Pens magazine, of which you'll see here. This is the technically the 2019 issue, although it came out in November of 2018. But we are coming out with a new version of this November of this year. So it'll have brand new pens, everything that's been released in the last year, new articles, new spreads, a lot of the things that you really liked about this magazine is going to be in the new version and then some. So you'll be quite pleased, I hope, with the outcome of that and all of the hard work that's gone into that. Of course, that has meant that we are doing less videos this month. However, we'll get back on it as soon as the new version of this gets sent to the printer next month. So usually we would have our whole thing and we would edit the top 5, whatever, but we're doing it live. So it's going to be a little bit more extemporaneous, a little bit more crazy, and all just fun at the same time. So let's take a look at the month that was in the world of fine writing. So I have our month in review. So my little usual talking points I have here. This I wrote out here is a little outline for myself. So that's what we've been doing, is busy working on the magazine here. Pelican Hubs, which was a great meetup for everybody, was back on September 20th. And a lot of people were having fun with that. Saw that on social media. 30 Inks 30 Days, which is a competition or writing challenge that was available on Instagram and Twitter, of which people do a different ink each day. I've got myself today, is my pen of choice is the Visconti Van Gogh, and I've got Kyoto Tag Moonlight of Higashiyama. I believe that's how it's pronounced, but I'm probably wrong. And autumn is here, most importantly. So everybody's in full pumpkin spice latte mode and pumpkin picking and apple picking. So that's a lot of fun. But on to the pens. Here's my quick disclaimer about this list. These top 5 pens are based on sales, likes, comments, and customer reviews on goldspot.com during the month of September. This isn't my personal top 5 list or greatest of all times list. This is a list created by you guys, the fine people of the online pen community. So we'll put away this Visconti Van Gogh and we'll go with our top 5 selection. Move this away. So first on our list, well, number 5 is the Narwhal Piston Fill pen. I'll put the box here as well. And I got myself the little cute crabby that goes along with it. And initially when we had introduced the Narwhal pens, we did have a limited number of crabs that came free with the pen. We're just kind of throwing them in there, but we had a very small amount. Now we had gotten the next batch of these guys in. We're not including them for free with the pens anymore because that was an introductory thing, but what we're doing is we're selling the crabs individually, so you could add it, and it makes a really nice, handsome pen stand. It fits a lot of different other pens like the Visconti pen I have here. It just works perfectly fine and it looks super cute. But talking about the actual pen itself, this is the Narwhal Piston Filler, of which we've had help from our buddy David Parker over at Fig Boot on Pens with an awesome review. He had taken one of those home during the DC Pen Show last month and just got around to reviewing it. We had just gotten the stock back in after completely getting depleted at the DC Pen Show and our own inventory. So we just got a new batch of pens in with an improved piston mechanism that's been slightly tweaked for better performance, and has been a big seller this month. A lot of people have been happy with this pen. It's a good size pen uncapped. Of course, it's not a postable pen, although you could probably just kind of like let it rest on there, but it doesn't post on the back end, so you're left writing unposted, which a lot of people do prefer. And the section is a good size section. The threads are not sharp, so you could kind of hold it up until this barrel band that's here. And you have the barrel band has Narwhal imprinted twice around the ring here. And like I mentioned, is a piston filler. This Poseidon Blue is one of the more opaque styles of acrylic that we have. Although you can see somewhat through it, it is more or less an opaque pen. It is slightly translucent, and you have the other colors, let's say the purple, the hippocampus purple is much more translucent, and also the yellow tang is by far the most translucent, and you can see right through to see the barrel and the ink inside and everything. So that's a lot of fun with that one, and this one has been quite the popular pen with our pen pals this month. So we have that. We'll just start collecting our top 5 over here, so that would be kind of fun to kind of see what came before. Next one, we talk about the Pelican hubs, and this was introduced, or not introduced, but actually released and received in the United States the week of the Pelican Hubs meetup, which was a great timing for it because this pen is quite the sparkly sensation. This is the Pelican Classic M205 in the Star Ruby piston filler demonstrator fountain pen. It matches the Ink of the Year, the Edelstein Ink of the Year Star Ruby by the same name. And Pelican could have mailed it in with a generic, dark pink barrel demonstrator pen like it has been for the last several years, either like a smoky demonstrator or mostly clear. But what they went above and beyond with on this design is including a very fine glitter sparkle that goes throughout the entire pen. And I think that if you're going to put that sort of effect on a pen, you might as well pick the pink one to do that with. And I thought that was a great idea on their part. It definitely adds a lot more pizzazz to this pen, even though the color is very rich and beautiful to begin with. That sparkling infused resin that's on here is just it just knocks it out of the park, absolutely. So it has a silver trim Pelican beak clip that's traditional of all Pelican Souverain and classic M200 and 205 pens. Piston fill mechanism, which works flawlessly. The nibs are interchangeable, so you could actually twist out this nib and be able to replace this stainless steel nib. And if you had, let's say, an M400 14 karat gold nib, you could actually replace it with that. It's the same fit. But this comes in stainless steel, extra fine, fine, medium, and broad. And we also do have italic nib options if you'd like to purchase the nib separately. We also have italic nib options too. So we'll put that here. And the fountain pen is available right now, but the ballpoint and the fountain pen with the ink gift sets are still coming in. So that'll still be probably like a week or so. Number 3. We have our very own exclusive Montegrappa ELMO Graffiti Turquoise fountain pen. And this pen is a stunner. We're talking about turquoise pens. So we have not necessarily that this is turquoise, but we're talking about blue swirly demonstrator type pens. This one certainly has that in spades. This blue acrylic is a beautiful chatoyant and semi-transparent acrylic in turquoise. It's a very unadorned and streamlined sort of pen where most Montegrappas you kind of see are a little bit more ornate, fancy, if you will. But the ELMO has a very simplified, elegant approach to the pen design. Not much going on in terms of like ornate designs or whatnot, but it just has a certain simplicity about it that looks beautiful. It has a number 6 size Jowo stainless steel nib with the Montegrappa engraving on here. They're showing you the pen post nicely. The pen fills by international cartridge or the threaded Montegrappa converter that's included. Excuse me, I have a bit of a allergy thing going on today. And like I mentioned, this is an exclusive with Goldspot. I think ever since we came out with these, we've been selling quite a few of them, so we maybe have less than like 150 or so left out of the initial run of 300. So if you're definitely interested in this, I would take a look at it and check it out sooner than later. Excuse me again. Okay, so we have next is another exclusive, of which we call Turquoise, but you might recognize it more as the sea glass green that was made famous on our exclusive Sailor 1911 that we released last year called Sea Glass. This is a Coeco Sport. It's the what we call transparent turquoise Skyline Sport. Although you might see it and you might compare it with the other blue pens and say this is more of a green pen. I would agree with you. It's a nice perfect pocket-sized type pen, octagonal shaped cap that can use a clip. So this clip here is sold separately, but you could slide it on here. So you can make your pocket pen a clipped pocket pen. And also you might notice that it does come with the included international size ink cartridge. But you could take this out and you could use a sport converter. So this sport converter will fit right inside the barrel, and you can fill it up with bottled ink. Or you could also just take this out, silicone grease the threads, and then eyedropper the barrel, and you've got yourself an eyedropper fill Coeco Sport. And this is a collaboration between us and Coeco of Germany. Something that we cooked up during our trip to Germany that we were like, you know what? The ice sports are going away, and we needed to have something that was transparent and also something that kind of brought back that awesome color that we had picked out for the sea glass as well. So these have been a big hit this month, and definitely have a lot more, so don't worry about these being in stock. These will be around for a while, so you'll probably see these throughout the rest of the year. So, but definitely take a look at this if you are interested. They come with a number 5 size nib that is in stainless steel. See that there? So stainless steel number 5 size nib. It's friction fit in the body, so you could pull out the nib and the feed if you have another number 5 size nib. And we have it in grades extra fine, fine, medium broad, and double broad. I'll put that there. And so, number 1 on our top 5 list of pens for September 2019 is the Pilot Vanishing Point 2019 Tropical Turquoise Limited Edition. And we're saying to yourself, well, it's September, it's fall. Why are there 4 pens that are blue pens on this list? And why are like most of them called turquoise? Well, this is a limited edition that people, especially Vanishing Point collectors, look forward to every single year. And every year they alternate. So you have the European markets, so Japanese markets, get to determine what the style is, or they get to pick the style of the Vanishing Point of the year. And this year was our year. This year was the US's year. And we said, you know what? We love blue pens, but we love stuff that's tropical in nature, things that are related to the ocean. We like things that have a little bit more of a colorful personality. We were the ones that came up with the Twilight, the ombre Twilight, the Crimson Sunrise, and now we have the Tropical Turquoise. So this is a beautiful finish from Pilot. You see it says limited edition Japan. It's got the edition number engraved on here. Only 2019 available in this lot, of which retailers really don't get many of them. We do have them available currently on the website, and we're one of the few retailers that not only has them still available, but has them available with the request that you could actually swap the nib. Because this only comes with a medium nib to start, and they didn't offer them in all the different nib sizes standard, but what we do is we have replacement nibs that we sell, and we could just swap the nib to whatever replacement nib. And these are brand new replacement nibs, of course, with the rhodium finishing on it to match the trims. So there's just a little bit more details about the pen itself. You have the Con 40, the confounded Con 40 converter. It's a little bit of a pain to fill, of course, but it uses this converter or Pilot proprietary cartridges. Retraction mechanism that's on here is absolutely flawless for a retractable pen. And it comes in a pretty cool gift box, which I thought was worthwhile to mention here too, is it's got the actual style of the pen as part of the gift box here as well. So you'd see the pen, you have like the little bed for it. So overall, definitely worthwhile for your vanishing point enthusiasts, or if you've held on vanishing points so far, or are looking to take a dive on your first one, this is a good one to do it with. Absolutely. So that is our top 5 pens for September 2019. And I'm just looking for my paper I had here. Oh, hold on one second. All right, so have what to expect in October. So we have the Inktober challenge, which is something that is more of an illustrator slash comic artist, or you know, a person who's a draftsman. But we're opening it up, and we're going to have a video about that next week. So definitely stay tuned for that here on the Goldspot YouTube channel. Videos will resume once the magazine is completed, which I alluded to earlier. There will be a Monteverde price increase, I think the second week of October. So most inks are probably going to be going up about $1. So about $1 for a bottle of ink, which is significant. Then you have more exclusive and limited editions. Definitely things I can't talk about right now, but it will be certainly interesting to see as they develop. So definitely sign up on our email newsletter list, and you'll be able to get informed of whenever anything like the Montegrappa or the Coeco or Narwhals, you know, anything that comes in that's new and exciting, we'll let you know about it. So I also included here too, apple picking. We have here in New Jersey quite a few, and where our location is kind of advantageous for a couple of reasons, is that we have about an hour to get to the city. So we can go to New York City in about an hour, but we could also drive 15 minutes the south of us and get to horse farms, apple orchards, all sorts of crazy good like rural living sort of stuff that we could do pumpkin picking, apple picking. So that's a lot of fun to do in October. I definitely would recommend that. You have Halloween. And also too is that we just got them in this morning, and we got the Inkvet calendars by Diamine. So definitely check those out if you are looking to do an Inkvet calendar for December. They just came in, and we'll probably release them on the website very shortly. There's a limited amount of them, so take a look at that if you are interested. And that would be like a, you know, as you would imagine, an advent calendar, but in every door would be a new bottle of ink, and it's a new formulation by Diamine. It's not an ink that's already in production, or it's a brand new color with certain properties like sheen or shimmer, all sorts of crazy stuff. And I know you know Diamine makes great inks, and they don't disappoint when it comes to that. So definitely something to take a look at. And I want to thank everybody that supports Goldspot Pens by liking, subscribing, and placing orders on goldspot.com. And I hope that you guys have a great Inktober, and stay inky, my friends. Take care.